use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Alright, let's look at this illustration. Normal reality. The physical meaning of the person's body. And you have the physical meaning that a body's abdomen severely pierced causes death. Everybody knows that. That's why they depict it in the movies all the time. The minute the guy gets stabbed in his abdomen, he falls over and dies. Then you have the physical meaning that the body's abdomen was, in fact, severely pierced. The physical result? The man could die if not quickly treated by a doctor. That's normal reality. Okay, now, we have God power exercised by his own belief. You have the physical meaning of the person's body. That hasn't changed. Then you have the thought meaning that the body's abdomen severely pierced is no problem. Then you have the physical meaning that the body's abdomen was severely pierced. But the physical meaning result is man quickly heals without harm. So, when you add meanings together, you can add them together just like you would numbers in a formula. It's very simple. Physical meaning of the person's body. Piercing the abdomen is not a problem. Pierce the abdomen. So, because piercing the abdomen is no problem, then doing it, obviously, is no problem. So, what do you get? Nothing. The guy heals perfectly. No harm. That easy. Here it says the ability has been elicited and activated in his own life experience. Once again, he's striking the tuning fork saying, I have this ability. Sticking me with a sword, stick a sword through my gut, no problem whatsoever. I stick a sword through his gut and he elicits everything it takes. Maybe his blood vessels inside clot in just the right way, or who knows. It's only a representation. It's only energy. We don't know exactly how it did happen, but what we do know is it did not harm him. And when they x-rayed it, it was there. The x-ray showed the sword through his body, but it did not harm him whatsoever. That's reality. That's God power. Does this meet our definition of reality? Remember that we said, let's call reality that which someone can experience. If someone can experience it, it's reality. He had these experiences and many credible witnesses who validated that the experiences were real. Therefore, it was his reality. However amazing this feat was, it is not anything special for those who know that they are invincible. If you believe that your body can be harmed, then by your own meaning that you have asserted and confirmed by the use of your own God power, you make it so. But in real reality, the one where your body is only a representation, a projection for our pleasure, amusement, and experience, how can it be harmed? If you stuck a sword through the picture of the music player on the computer screen, do you think damaging the computer's monitor, which had the picture of the music player displayed on it, would in any way hurt the actual player? The picture is not the player. The music would continue to play anyway. Do you think that if you plunge a sword through the body of a holodeck character in a Star Trek episode, that the character would necessarily have to die? Or would it be possible that he could live? It boils down to a decision of whether the holodeck should represent a realistic reality or not. The body is not the human. It is your physical picture and realistic physical representative, which you use for this physical experience. Do you think that there is any way that your computer avatar and the Second Life world could be harmed? Is there any possibility that anything could happen to it? No. None whatsoever. Who knows, there may be some sort of thing that could happen, but as soon as you hit reset, you would be as good as new. How else could you have a physical experience when you are a non-physical being of pure energy? You have to represent yourself as physical matter. But that's not who you really are. That's your avatar in this world. It looks the way you made it look. It performs and looks like and acts like the real thing in a very realistic way. It's actually a pretty good system. In this next example, a woman in an act of absolute devotion is able to stop eating and drinking water for over 30 years. Yes, you read that right. Because she transferred a disease from another person to herself, she was unable to use her throat. So, it was either create the ability to stop eating and drinking, or die. Therese Newman, in addition to her stigmata, she also displayed inertia, the supernormal ability to live without food. Her inertia began in 1923 when she transferred the throat disease of a young priest to her own body and subsided solely on liquids for several years. Then in 1927, she gave up both food and water entirely. When the local bishop in Regensburg first learned of Newman's fast, he sent a commission into her home to investigate. From July 14, 1927 to July 29, 1927, and under the supervision of a medical doctor named Seidel, 4 Franciscan nursing sisters scrutinized her every move. They watched her day and night, and the water she used for washing and rinsing her mouth was carefully measured and weighed. The sisters discovered several unusual things about Newman. She never went to the bathroom. Even after a period of 6 weeks, she only had 1 bowel movement, and the excrement, examined by a doctor, contained only a small amount of mucus and bile. No traces of food. She also showed no signs of dehydration, even though the average human expels about 400 grams, 14 ounces, of water daily in the air he or she exhales, and the like amount through the pores. Her weight remained constant. Although she lost nearly 9 pounds in blood during the weekly opening of her stigmata, her weight returned to normal within a day or two. At the end of the inquiry, Dr. Seidel and the sisters were completely convinced that Newman had not eaten or drunk a thing for the entire 14 days. The test seems conclusive, for while the human body can survive 2 weeks without food, it can rarely survive half that time without water. Yet, this was nothing for Newman. She did not eat or drink a thing for the next 35 years. So it appears she was not only materializing the enormous amount of blood necessary to perpetuate her stigmata, but also regularly materializing the water and nutrients she needed to stay alive and in good health. And Nydia is not unique to Newman.
Options. Now activating the next video play options. 1 moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu, and activating the video selection buttons. Click on your selection number to start watching the video. "15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections." This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.